The Miami Dolphins are heading into a game that could define their season, facing the New York Jets at home this Sunday. Sitting at 5-7, their journey has been filled with moments of potential overshadowed by stretches of inconsistency. Starting the season at 2-6 left them with little room for error, and now every game feels like the season is on the line. This is one of those games where the stakes aren't just about the standings, it's about pride, momentum, and proving that this team still has fight left in it. Aaron Rodgers isn't the same quarterback who used to carve up defenses in Green Bay. The years and injuries have chipped away at his mobility, and the Jets' offensive line hasn't provided much help. Add in some miscommunication with his receivers, and it's clear this isn't the Rodgers that dominated the NFL for so long. That doesn't mean he's harmless, but it does mean the Dolphins have an opening here. Miami's pass rush has been up and down all year, struggling to find consistency, but there's hope. Rookie Chop Robinson has brought energy and production, which this defensive line badly needed. And with the possible return of Bradley Chubb and Cameron Good, the unit could finally have the tools to make Rodgers uncomfortable for 4 quarters. The goal isn't just to get sacks, it's to disrupt him entirely. Rodgers under pressure isn't the calm, collected veteran we've seen in the past. He's more likely to make errors, and for Miami, those potential turnovers could swing the game. This season, one of the biggest hurdles for Miami has been how they start games. Week after week, they've stumbled out of the gate, often putting themselves in holes that are just too deep to climb out of. Last week's loss to the Packers was another painful reminder. Falling behind by 24 points in the first half forced a desperate scramble that ultimately fell short. It's a pattern that's been all too familiar, and against the Jets, it simply cannot happen again. If Miami wants to take control of this game, they need to come out firing from the very first whistle. An early lead wouldn't just give them confidence, it would force the Jets to play from behind. New York relies heavily on their running game to keep things close, but if the Dolphins can force them to abandon that plan, it plays right into Miami's hands. A one-dimensional Jets offense is a vulnerable Jets offense. This isn't just about putting points on the board quickly, it's about setting a tone. It's about showing they can dictate the pace of the game, not play catch-up. Too often this season, Miami has let games get away from them before they've even had a chance to settle in. Against the Jets, with everything on the line, that cannot happen. New York's defense has been porous against the run, allowing over 126 yards per game. For Miami, this is a chance to exploit a glaring weakness. The Dolphins' ground game has had its own struggles, especially with Austin Jackson missing from the offensive line, but this week could be the turning point. Running effectively isn't just about stats, it's about wearing down the defense, controlling the clock, and keeping the Jets' offense off the field. Miami has the personnel to get it done. Raheem Mostert has the speed to break big plays, Salvon Ahmed brings a physical edge, and Jeff Wilson adds versatility. Together, they should be able to keep the Jets' defense guessing. But it's not just about the backs, it's about the offensive line creating lanes and staying disciplined. The Dolphins don't need flashy plays, they need consistent, grinding success on the ground. If they can establish the run, it opens up everything else. Tua Tagovailoa has shown he can dissect defenses when given time, and a strong ground game will give him exactly that. It also takes the pressure off Tua to do it all, which has been an issue in games where Miami falls behind early. This game, though, isn't just about stats or matchups. It's about the Dolphins proving something to themselves. It's about showing that they can rise above the frustrations and setbacks of this season. They've fought back to stay in the conversation, but staying in it isn't enough. They need to seize control of their destiny. Rivalry games are never easy, and the Jets won't make this simple for Miami. Every mistake, every lapse in focus will be magnified. The Dolphins have been here before, in must-win scenarios, and they know what's at stake. But knowing and executing are two very different things. This Sunday, they have a chance to change the narrative. They have the opportunity to show that this team is more than its record, more than its missed chances earlier in the year. It's not just about beating the Jets, it's about proving they can handle the pressure and deliver when it matters most. The Dolphins have been in the spotlight plenty of times, and the results have been mixed. This time, it feels different. There's a sense that this team knows how fragile their chances are, how close they are to letting this season slip away entirely. They've worked too hard to fight back from 2-6 just to let it all crumble now. The question is whether they can put it all together. Can they start fast? Can they pressure Rodgers? Can they establish the run and control the game? These aren't just tactics, they're the keys to survival. It's all on the line, and Miami knows it. The stakes couldn't be higher. The Jets won't roll over, but the Dolphins have everything they need to win. Now, it's up to them to prove they can. The answers will come on the field, and for Miami fans, this feels like a game that could define not just the season but the direction of the team moving forward. This isn't just another game, it's the kind that lingers in your mind long after the final whistle. For the Dolphins, it's a chance to rise above the doubt, to silence the critics, and to remind everyone, including themselves, what this team is capable of. The opportunity is there. Now it's time to take it.